You are tuned in to the Edrick ED Boyd 50 Boys official Part 2 interview. In this segment, we discuss Edrick ED Boyd's affiliation with Y.BI, the gruesome murders and police raids during this particular era, and also the official introduction between ED, Big Meech, and Southwest T, plus more. So be sure to watch the whole video and stay tuned to Doc Hicks TV.
So I went and they seen what was happening. He wanted to get involved. I took a lot of people that I had that was down with me. They went with me and all that, and he didn't like it. And it was an incident that we was in a hotel out there. Me and this cat named Jan, man. Jan, he stayed on Bassett, and we was in there doing our thing, whatever. It was like a spot for us, but that's where we, did our thing and prepared for it to go out or whatever. Anyway, but Bear showed up to the hotel with a couple of guys to wreck me, to take the shit over. But did he know the guys that he brought out there to wreck me? Because actually he didn't tell them who he was coming to get at until they got there and they seen it that it was me. And they said, "Oh no, man, this ED, what's up, man? We're not gonna do this." So it was just end up me and Bear. We got at it. So, but after that, he seen that he couldn't do nothing about it. And, that I had so much respect out there that he couldn't do nothing about it. And it got left just like that. That's when I was introduced to Sneed from a cousin member. She was fucking with Sneed. She introduced me to him. Me and him clicked right off the bat. We clicked right off the bat because he was impressed how I came to him in a week's time. He was like, damn, he was impressed with it. But that went on with me and Sneed for a minute. Sneed got killed. I'm like you young guys and women that's listening, listen to what I keep mentioning. Got killed, whatever. Because you're going to end up, somebody around you, or you're going to end up with a toe tag. That's when I moved on messing with Herbie Daniels and Raymond Peoples. So
basically, to clear it up, wherever it was any confusion out there, you never did mess with Butch.
No, I did not. We frequent the same sets, but I never fucked with Butch. Like I said, I first within that clique, I wasn't no Y.BI. I was affiliated with him, but I wasn't one. Okay, I never fucked with Butch. Okay, like I said, the ones I fucked with was Sneed, okay, Raymond, and Herbie.
Yeah, and definitely did like you just said, constantly bringing up getting killed and death and stuff like that. 'Cause especially during that time, it was a very dangerous time during Detroit during that time.
You fear you not. I didn't even say fear, but I'm telling you, anybody that tell you that it's a smooth sailing, or you're gonna have a beef, man, with somebody rival gangs, rival sets, or motherfuckers that's just jealous of you. Whatever. I didn't have that problem making that transition south with Detroit because I was so well respected. Everybody knew me. Everybody knew my family. But I'm going to say this, and it was rumors that I never did no time, and I never had dealings with 5-0. But that's not true at all, especially when I was on the west side and that, man. I've been wrecked so many times, man. I'm talking about beat up by the motherfucking police. I'm talking about getting raided in spots. And they took me down back then, and everybody back then gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this. The Room of Doom, okay? That was narcotics down at 1300 Bobby in the basement. That's where you went. And when you go there, your ass getting fucked up. Point blank. You getting your ass, you ain't going to no cell for at least 10 hours. You and that motherfucker getting your ass whooped. That's, what happened. We had this young guy that was on the set with us, man. And he had long hair. Them motherfuckers in here cutting his hair with scissors, man. I mean, it's some shit that you go through, man. You look back, man, I'm so glad that it didn't go far further than I seen it go with other people.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and it's another thing, like I said, people who said that I didn't get dealt with the police, but I'm gonna tell you another incident. I think I was on like Deacon and Visitor or Annabelle and Visitor 1, and I was in my Jeep, and my wife and her sister was following me to her mother's house on Ethel. So I got pulled over. This was when Popeye and them was out there and all that. They pulled me over. So they didn't know that my family was behind me. So my wife, she pulled over as well, like maybe 2-3 cars down just to watch, right? So, you know, they came to the car, did their little thing, whatever. Back then, they don't come to the car asking for no fucking license and all that. They you know what I'm saying? They don't do that. Fuck, they don't care if you got no license or whatever you driving. They first, where the shit at? You got something in the car? And I said, man, come on. I ain't got shit, you know what I mean? Nothing. You know, I got a couple hours in my pocket. Well, get out the car. Okay. So first thing I did when I got out was I yelled to my wife. I said, y'all know I ain't got shit on me, right? So he jumped in my face. He said, if you don't get rid of them motherfuckers, I'm taking you to jail. So I told him, man, y'all leave, okay? So they left, right? But they still took me to jail. But you know what? They took me to 3-4 different precincts so nobody could find me for at least 5 days.
Damn.
They took me, they started off, I think I forgot, was that precinct? I don't know if it was on Schaefer and Grand River. I started off there. Now, first I was at Fort Greene. Then I went from Schaefer and Grand River. And I don't know, it was a couple more that they moved me to, but it was 4 different precincts because I was kind of out of it because they was kicking my ass everywhere I went. At Fort Greene, they kept me there. They kicked my ass. But like I said, you gonna deal with that type of shit, man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me when in the game ain't shit happen to them as far as no beefs, no wrecks, or nothing like that. You gonna have dealings with all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Right. So even with all the respect and everything that you had out there, I'm pretty sure like conversations and whatnot, having like some of the best work and everything going over there was an easy transition to take over. Did you deal with that any over there, like jealousy in that area after you set up shop over there?
We talking about Southwest Detroit?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was people that was jealous, you know, and all that, and people didn't like me, you know, but like I was type of dude, and I learned this from way back from Caesar. He took care of his own, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I paid a lot of people's bills. I looked out for motherfuckers, people that was losing their car, you know, I made sure they kept their car, their homes, all that. I fed a lot of motherfuckers too, you know, so, you know, I was only respected by the street. I respected by the people out there.
Right.
So, you know, it wasn't much as far as it said, they couldn't do nothing about that because I was well respected. You know, it didn't matter if I came from the West Side of New York and then came out there. But it was just not just Southwest Detroit. Okay. My portfolio was very big. Okay. I dealt with people from all over.
Right. Yeah. So something that kept coming up in some of the videos that we were doing, you know, of course, Bassiette, one of the houses over there, they said like it was like a meeting house or something like that where they come over there and cook and everything, but no one knew the stuff was over there. Like, was that true?
That was Ethel. That was my mother-in-law's house.
Oh, okay.
But that, yeah, okay. I was over there a lot, like I said, because my mother-in-law used to cook all the time, and everybody used to come there and eat. Little that they know, things was popping from there. But not only that, you know, it's like 5, 6, 7 different places out there that I hung. I never stayed in one spot too long.
Right, yeah. You basically, like you said, from the game that you learned from Caesar, you kind of stayed low, stayed to the back.
That's what I'm saying. With Caesar, I think that's what I liked about him. Everybody, they knew of him. He was so like in the shadows and shit. When he came around, you know, it was always a block club party. It was always something going on. Because back then, you know, like I said, the streets was our playground. The swimming pool was the damn fire hydrant. We, you know, open a can, aluminum can on both sides, And that's how we were shooting water with the fire hydrants, man. Fire department would have to come shut us down after 5-6 hours. They'll let us go for 5-6 hours or whatever. But that was our swimming pool. That's what the playground, you might as well call it, we had the concrete playground.
Right, right. So how long was the transition of going out there setting up shop, doing your thing before Meech and T end up approaching you?
Okay, well, T didn't approach me. It was Meech. He used to be on the corner of 19th and Sally every day. Okay, his woman stayed over there, Talise. You know, me and her real cool. Talise was a good friend of mine. You know, I knew the family and all that. He was messing around with Talise at the time. And Meech and my nephew, Kilo, another one that got killed in the game, okay, he was cool with Demetrius. And he would tell me, man, because every time I ride down the street or whatever, he'd see me outside, hanging outside the house. Man, he would speak, he'd wave, you know, come down there and we'd talk. You know, I say, Kilo, he inside. And he said, okay then. But Kilo said, man, oh boy, he want an intro with you, man. Well, who is he? I didn't know, because he was from the Hole. The only reason I knew his face because he hung on 19th Street every day.
Right.
So that's how I said, so you know what? Bring him to the house. Tell him to come to the house. The next day. So he came to the house the next day. And I liked the way he was talking. I tell from the rip, he was hungry. He was hungry. I told him, I was talking to him and I was saying the right shit to him. And he was saying the right shit back to me. So eventually, you know, he became my Lou. One of my Lou's, actually, you know what I'm saying? After a minute, he brought Terry and Demetrius in. I'm sorry, Terry and Derek in. And that's, you know, how that happened.
And this is around Big Meech around that time. He's around 15, 16 around this time.
Exactly, yeah. He was around 15, 16 at that time. Because, yeah, exactly. He was around 15, 16. And you got to have a gimmick, man, if you want to make some money in this game. I'm going to say that. So I kind of, you know, went a little bit too much. But let me go back and I'm going to start on this. Like I said, Meech brought Terry and Derek into the game, and that's such when it became 50 Boys. And the reason they were called 50 Boys, I had some shit that was humongous that nobody could, you know, compete with. They couldn't fuck with it. And I was the first motherfucker that brought that 2 for 1 out there. Okay, motherfuckers that were 2 for 1. Damn, what the fuck is this? Kmart, Kroger's, and Farmer Jack? Motherfuckers in 2 for 1? That's crazy. You know, they ain't motherfuckers that couldn't afford, and they couldn't do that out there.
Right. But it was that shit though.
Exactly. It was that, and they couldn't touch it. And that's why that was such a successful thing for them. But don't get it twisted. That, it was more besides them, like I said. But I had a portfolio. I had other people, you know, that I was dealing with out there. And if in that area, West Side, you know, and a few people on the East Side, it wasn't just them. But I took a liking to them, and I brought a lot of attention to them. You know, I spent a lot of time with them. Actually, every Sunday, you know, I told them they would have to give me 4 hours at a time. We went to dinner, and after dinner, we went to Northland. When we went to dinner, they'd tell me about if they got any. We would talk. We would talk like a family do at the dinner table on Sunday.
Right.
And we did not miss a Sunday without doing that. And I'm going to say this too. From when Kilo introduced me to him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't know nothing. I mean, I'm talking about, he was green. He was green as a watermelon, you know what I'm saying? He was green. But you know what? He took on fast. And like I said, I spent a lot of time with him. I groomed him to be a boss. Because I'm going to tell you, like I said, I don't want to be never wanted to be a follower. I always wanted to be that leader. Because the leader the one, you know, get paid.
Right.
I groomed him to do that. But, you know, like I said, he did not know nothing as far as that game, like what we were doing. He learned quick. He listened. And he was hungry. So I could tell him to go home. He's like, fuck that, man. I'm going back out. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was hungry. And he brought them boys on. And I'm going to tell you, like people saying on some of the things I hear on the internet, it was only 350 Boys. That was Meech,